I don't care where it comes from. You just don't want to pull out any more than that. If you do, you're in jeopardy of running out of money. Here's my financial info. Okay, here's for the real exciting stuff. 67 years old and still working, but I'm on my last year. All right, congrats. I have traditional IRA plus company stocks totaling $825,000. I received $36,000 from Social Security. I still have a mortgage, which is my only debt. My questions are about the 4% rule in retirement. Not sure if I'll do this strategy, but have a few questions. I know it's based on a 60-40 split of stocks and bonds. My question is, how do dividends figure into the equation? Are dividends reinvested, then pulled out for the 4%? Or are dividends removed, paid, and the 4% pulled from only the principal? I really like dividend stocks. You currently get about $25,000 per year, which are reinvested. Last question. When pulling out the 4%, where does it come from? Stocks, bonds, mix of both? And I'll assume after the 4% is removed, the portfolio should be rebalanced. Hope all this makes sense, and thanks for all the informative shows. Okay. You want to?
Sure, I'll go for it.
You want to take a little stab at that?
Yeah, first of all, Danny, the 4% rule is I would say more of a guideline.
Rule of thumb.
This is not gospel.
Yes.
Right.
Not even close.
Right.
It's not a strategy.
It came from an analysis done by, what was his name?
Bill Bingen.
Bill Bingen here in San Diego area. Yeah. So he did all this research to show that if you only take 4% out of your portfolio at age 65, there's a high likelihood it'll last you till 90, right? So in other words, 25 years with a 60-40 portfolio. So that's just a guideline. But if you want to use that rule, the way I would think about it is even if you take the dividends, that's part of your 4%, right? If you reinvest them, you take out 4%. If you're receiving them, then just subtract that from your 4%, because we think of this in terms of total return, right? Whether you have high dividends or low dividends, it doesn't make much difference to us. So I would subtract them from the 4%. Secondly, where do you take the money from? Well, you kind of answered your own question. You take it whatever is out of balance, instead of taking it 50-50 or 60-40 or whatever, and then doing a rebalance. If your stocks are overweighted, take it from your stocks. If your bonds are overweighted, take it from your bonds. If they're both equal, then take 60% from stocks, 40% from bonds, and then you don't have to rebalance.
Here's how I would want you to use the 4% rule. Is first, you don't want to take out any more than 4%, right? So I don't care if it comes from dividends. I don't care if it comes from interest. I don't care if whatever that you have, you just kind of take a look at that and saying, hey, if I'm getting whatever, what did he say? $25,000 in let's say dividends. Yeah. Well, 25,000 into 825,000 is roughly 3%.
Yeah. So you can take one more percent.
You can take 1 more percent out. Yeah, right.
That's how we think about it.
So I don't care where it comes from. You just don't want to pull out any more than that. If you do, you're in jeopardy of running out of money. So, but let's say you don't need the full 4%. You're not going to pull 4%. If you only need $10,000 of income, pull $10,000.
Right.
If you need $50,000 of income, that's going to tell you, well, I'm taking out more than I probably should because I only have $825,000. So use that as a guideline to see what is the stress test of your portfolio. I think where you want to look at, if you like dividend paying stocks and saying, hey, I like these dividends, well, keep your dividend paying stocks and then just find another distribution program or strategy to take out whatever additional that you need, no more than 1%. So, but I think more importantly, what David has to, or Daniel has to look at is a lot more than this. Is like, how much money does he need to accumulate over the next year? He's got $36,000 of Social Security. How much does he need from the overall portfolio? And then where's he going to be pulling it from a tax perspective? Right? So is it all in a retirement account? Is he going to pull it from a Roth account? Is he going to pull it from his brokerage account? I think that is your second step of this, because it all depends on what your tax bracket is. Because I think, doesn't he have a little mixture of, no, he says.
Well, it's got $36,000 from Social Security. He didn't really say if he has pension or not.
And he doesn't tell us how much money that he needs.
No.
He's 67, but he's got a traditional IRA, some stocks, and it's $825,000.
Right.
So if it's all in an IRA, okay, just know that you're all taxed at ordinary income rates.
Right.
Right. So do you have Roth money? Do you have brokerage money? So that is I think a bigger strategy of what you want to start penciling out. Stop picking investments that sound good today, given a dividend, right? Because that could get you into trouble. Like we had a guy last week was, I'm in these BDCs and they're paying me like 14%.
Right. For how long?
It's going to be great. So
here's one other quick thought, and that is 4% is, as we said, it's just a guideline. If you're retiring at 60 instead of 65, now you got, say, 30 years at least. So maybe it's 3% or 3.5%. If you retire at 70, maybe it's 5%. So these are just guidelines depending upon how much time you have left based upon a 60-40 portfolio.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.